Have you guys seen that new Netflix documentary, Unknown Number, the high school catfish? It's a true story about a mother named Kendralicari. For almost 2 years, she was literally attacking her daughter behind the scenes, her own daughter. And I'm not here to talk about that, but what was scary was so many people, chiming in, telling their own personal horror stories of them thinking the attacker, the person that was doing stuff to them was someone, maybe in the workplace or an ex, but it was actually their own family. Very scary situations. A jealous family member is a real thing, you guys. I know we want to put these people on these high pedestals, but a lot of hate, a lot of abuse, it comes from family. Shout out to my online sister, Megan McGlover, and her incredible online healing classes. She helps people navigate the incredibly difficult journey of healing from narcissistic parents and the abuse that comes with it. Listen up. I truly believe that God is revealing so much right now to a lot of his chosen, because what God has planned, for many of us is going to make a lot of people that are still stuck in this old way of thinking, refusing to heal, that old outdated way of thinking. Y'all are about to be very uncomfortable and it's already happening, and it's never an easy pill to swallow when you discover that the person actively trying to deceive you, to manipulate situations and to cause chaos is someone who maybe brought you into the world, or just someone very, very close around that you're related to, someone who is supposed to be your family. I want to share something with you all that I'm being led to share, and it might be uncomfortable to hear, but it's the truth. I need you guys to listen carefully. Listen to what I'm saying. That family member sees something in you, your light, your potential, your peace, your energy, and they want it for themselves. They want to siphon it, use it for their own convenience. That's why they are attacking every part of your life, spreading lies, turning others against you, keeping up chaos and confusion in the family, and praying and hoping no one calls, wanting to hear your side of the story, because you're quiet. Their job is to keep you and everyone else in this state of confusion, always stuck in your head. The person that's listening right now, you know exactly who I'm talking about. First person that comes to mind, that person that God has been placing on your heart, putting in your dreams, like you need to kind of cut this person off, get away from them. They are the ones that are keeping up the chaos in the family, around you, in your life. If you have a close relationship with God, he has already shown you the truth. He reveals the truth. I mean, you pray about it, he's going to show you. Sometimes we haven't been listening closely. We haven't really been paying enough attention, and this person, they have this whole network of enablers, or as we call it, flying monkeys, who are also being deceived by this individual's carefully crafted facade. People like this thrive on codependency. They need you to rely on them, and they perpetuate a false narrative about your life to maintain that control. God is doing something so beautiful behind the scenes, but there are those around who resent that. They know what's coming in for you, and they don't want to see it come to pass. That success, that growth, that light. They believe everything should be theirs, but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to get help. They just want to, attack your light and keep spreading lies and keep the confusion up. And in their frustration, they often resort to painting those who are seeing the truth, those who are choosing to remove themselves from these toxic environments. They're painting us as the bad guys. They make us out to be the problem for choosing no contact, for stepping away from their deceptive ways. This happens a lot in families. We don't engage in the back and forth. We let God fight for us. It hurts when you find out someone very close to you has been knowingly working against you. It hurts, it hurts. And as I've said, if you are a prayer warrior, God will reveal what's hidden. This person might be deceiving everyone, and they're playing dumb. They're wearing multiple masks to maintain their image. You need to pay attention. If you're still listening, you need to pay attention. If something doesn't add up, don't ignore that gut feeling. Don't ignore it. If you're only hearing one side of the story, you haven't spoken to the other person that's being discussed. I would strongly recommend that you take it to God. Maybe do your own digging. When your abuser feels that their power and control is slipping, when they see you rising or thriving in a way that they envy, they will stop at nothing to regain that power back. Their made up power. I don't know. They will fight dirty. That person playing on, the sympathies of aunts, uncles, siblings, anyone who will listen, they do this to avoid scrutiny, to keep people from looking deeper at who they truly are. Now let me flip it. For my flying monkeys, you know who you are. The ones accepting the lies without questioning. I'm gonna be honest. You need to go to God. Do your own research. Get the other side of the story. Because the path you're going down, it's not going to be good for you if you're playing the whole follow the leader situation. There are people caught up in things, people doing wicked things that you would never imagine, and they will do everything in their power to protect their image, even if it means throwing you under the bus. And God maybe has been showing you in your dreams, revealing the truth, showing you the one that has been on purpose poking holes in the boat. This can be in your family, relationship, your life. Shout out, before I go any further, shout out to a relative of mine, an aunt. The Lord in the past would place her in my dreams, showing her to me in moments where I was under attacks, spiritual warfare attacks. And she would be like standing in for me in rooms where others remained silent. She was literally stepping in, backing me up. And sometimes, I'm going to say this, sometimes people know the truth, but fear keeps them quiet. And for some, the confusion arises because it's hard to accept that the person God is revealing is someone they know and perhaps even love. Think about the daughter in the documentary. She had no idea that the harassment was coming from inside her own home. It was her own mother throwing bricks and hiding her hands. I don't know what happened with this mother. I hope she went and got some help because people like this, they refuse help. They don't want to get help, but they need to get help. They need to be on some strong medication. When you're not in the room to defend yourself, to speak your truth, it allows so many people to just write your story, to paint you as the villain, while you're silently suffering or being abused, and everyone is just misled. They become convinced you are the monster, and you're not. This is a tough conversation, but I've been sitting on this for a little while, and I don't know, you guys, if God is placing it on your heart, pay attention. If it's something that just keeps popping up in your dreams, pay attention. Stay woke. Stay blessed. Trust the light that God is guiding you. Until next time, take care.